How to choose the right boat for recreational sport fishing in a nutshell. Follow us. Let's start with the assumption. Either you are greatly fascinated by sport fishing, or you are a fisherman who engages in sport fishing. But you haven't had your own boat yet, and you're thinking of getting one to better practice your beloved sport. As a result, without having a clear idea, let's go step by step to look at the main decision chapters for this matter. The open boat versus the cabin boat, advantages and disadvantages. The open boat gives you the ability to move around the boat comfortably, practically and quickly, giving you the ability to be 100% attentive to what you're doing, whether it's using a rod, spinning, or another type of fishing. That's very sporty. So you're also physically engaged in performing all these actions. Having the entire passage completely free on the boat certainly helps you avoid obstacles when moving around. On the other hand, a cabin cruiser might have a partial, full, large, or small cabin, because there are many types of boats to choose from. This cabin, however, takes away significant space on the boat, also affecting circulation inside. The advantage, however, is that if the lack of circulation space is a downside, on the other hand, we have a positive aspect, which is an increase in storage space for things. If we assume we have to stay on board the boat for many hours, having a cabin where I can store all my equipment for living on board during a particularly hot day, including the galley, food and drinks, like a chemical toilet. If you go out in winter and it's not suitable for you to jump into the water to pee, a chemical toilet can certainly be useful in an emergency. It's better to have it inside the cabin, so you have to decide which side to be on, because both options are right depending on what you want. The engine choice depends indeed on what comes to mind: spinning, trolling, the type of fishing you will do. Obviously the engine. It's important to understand what you want to do, because the point is that if you want to move quickly, very quickly from one point to another, maybe you enjoy participating in fishing competitions, moving from one point to another to fish. You will need a lot of horsepower and a particularly fast boat to move quickly. On the other hand, if you are trolling, unless you are chasing fish that swim very fast, otherwise you just need a boat that maintains a consistent speed at a slow pace. So perhaps a diesel engine, a gasoline engine that can really run at 1 or 2 knots. For trolling, it is optimal. So even there, the engine power and type of engine will depend on what you want to do. Mainly because it's not to say that you can't do the rest, but you always have to choose based on the majority of the time the main activity you will be doing. The essential accessories, in my opinion, are definitely the T-top or a canopy. Very, very important. Because if you have to stay in the sun all day, at least you won't roast your bald head, especially me, as I know something about it. It's true that I'm shaved, but I get those sunburns during the summer, so protect your noggin, your head from the sun. GPS and onboard instrumentation, GPS and instruments, echo sounder. So echo sounder to identify the type of seabed, the type of fish I want to catch. Basically, trying to understand what's beneath my boat, to identify the type of fish I might find in this area. In addition to this, very important is the cartographic GPS, because it helps you identify the spot where you might know there's this part of the seabed, where these fish pass, if you know the fish routes and all these things. Otherwise, simply to memorize the spot, to try to understand if you are wandering aimlessly or if you are going to that specific spot. So, in my opinion, it's very important to have a point of reference. And since today technology helps us a lot, having it on board is the best. The last point is, what are the best fishing boats? Let's assume under 7 meters, meaning let's now consider fishing boats that you can tow on a trailer behind the car. Which are the best ones? That's a good question. I really leave you free space because there are so many solutions to choose from. Many shipyards, famous or less famous, make beautiful boats, beautiful solutions for fishing. So it's up to you to decide if that type of configuration is suitable or not. If you are, obviously, in boating, it's very important to be on something you like and that sails well, that has good craftsmanship. A quality build, because you are in the middle of the sea. Based on what you decide, then you will go on to make, for example, a bus boat. To quickly explain bus boats, for those who are not familiar with them. They are boats 5 to 6 meters long. They are very low, with enormous engines compared to the boat itself, and they are all flat on top. People tend to walk from any point on the boat. The drawback of these boats, if we want to call it a drawback, it's the fact that they are not sea boats for formed waves. They are generally used in rivers, lakes, and lakes without too much wave formation. Why are they light? They are fast and have a hull that is not particularly V-shaped, precisely to have maximum stability when on board and to walk around for fishing. However, there is an advantage. Obviously, a positive aspect is the fact that they are like bullets. So if I need to move from point to point, I can do it in no time, really fast with the boat. I don't have to stay there, but I arrive, turn off the engine and start fishing. So this is an advantage. That said, for this type of boats, if I have to go in a river, I don't know, there are many boats there as well, both of European and American origin, as well as beautiful Italian boats for fishing, equipped. Many shipyards, really many, make boats with fishing setups. So they make opens, semi-cabins, walk-arounds with a small cabin. And the rest is all walkable surface. There are many solutions. So choose the boat you like the most, rely on what you know or can perceive from the brand, so from the brand of this boat, from the manufacturer, and then test it. If you can also try it through the dealer you will go to, it's even better because you will have the chance to feel how it is on the water. If you don't want to miss any of our videos, all you have to do is subscribe right here on this channel. There's nothing left for me to say. Fair winds and always keep an eye on the weather.